Welcome back, guys, to more Project Zomboid. You're here with Jonno, and we are joined by Richard Logerson. And we've been trying to find our way in to this building whilst leveling sneaking, light-footed, which is nice. Nimble's got a little bit of a feeling up, and sprinting is suffering because that's something we're not going to be doing right now. So we have this ominous banging noise, and we're really desperate to get in here. And we may just be able to disassemble it. Yeah, we do have all the necessary tools, so that's what we're going to do. So by the time I posted the other episode, there's probably those of you screaming saying you can disassemble it, Jonno. You don't need to bang the soft drum, you know, over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter if we didn't get any materials, because essentially we're looking to overwhelm the cocksucker within and take his key. Shotgun shells are nice, as are 9mm rounds. I haven't mucked about with the .308 with the rifle, but I don't know if it got like an overhaul, but I see a few videos of people using rifles and stuff. It looks like they can go through quite a few zombies. Come on, man, let there be something useful in here for us. Fucking stick of glue. Wow. So all the good stuff must be behind this other locked door. Was it True Detective? Time is like a locked door. I'll tell you what, we'll take them though. Yeah, we'll take all these rounds because we can dump them somewhere. Oh geez, we really want to be doing this. Oh gosh. Oh no, Richard. We just nearly got ourselves killed. Fuck me. Do him in the park, Richard. That's it. Yep. Brutalise him. Come on. In the head. There we go. There's a good lad. Right, where's your key, mate? For fuck's sake. Right, come on. Gimme. M14. That sounds decent. Is that an assault rifle? Doesn't weigh too much. But, you know, do we really want to be... for fuck's sake. Where's my bulletproof vest? No, not great. I mean, hopefully you hope to find some better armour in here, some gloves, you know. But a few boxes of ammunition, you can't sniff at that. You know, without Hydrocraft, I don't think you can make bullets in the vanilla version of the game, right? Oh, that's awfully peaty whiskey. Crikey. Okay, let's load up this shotgun, hey? It's better to have it ready and loaded, right, in case you do have to use it. It's kind of cool walking around with the shotgun. I think the leather jacket and the crouched kind of vibe. No, we can't get through there, Jonno. We've made that mistake already. Yeah, it looks good. So let's get out there. Let's get amongst it. Maybe there are some vehicles and stuff. Yeah, it looks badass, doesn't it? Yes, Richard. But we don't want to set it off though, mate, because that could bring us down pretty quickly. But it looks cool. It looks cool having the stock in the shoulder and yeah, nice. What's in the boot? Oh, we've been in here already, haven't we? Yeah, let's stick it all in here in case we ever come back, and we can take it all from one place. I think is the best thing possible. Get rid of the shotgun as well. It's too heavy. Without a bag, guys, you know, we're just pissing in the wind here. Come on in, wanker. One at a time, Ricardo. Let's draw them out one at a time. Let's not be hasty. Get him. Get him. Get him. Man can take a good stabbing to the face. Right up through the jaw. So we have the key to this particular wagon, but I think it's so smashed in that we can't even get into the front of it. Not a great deal in the boot, but hey ho. You can't win them all, can you? Anything in here? Paintwork. Empty gas can. I mean, yeah, let's put that on the floor because the gas station is nearby, right? In case we want to fill that up. And we're kind of detracting from our primary objective here, which was to get to that hardware store and to try and make a name for ourselves. A bit of Keefy George, but this particular gas station, this forecourt, is very busy. So yeah, let's just drop that on the floor and we'll get on with our business. There's a few things down this track. We've got the hardware store. We've got all the eateries and stuff, but there is a bookstore down here as well, which is going to be mighty useful. These vitamins do absolutely piss all. So we've got a mob up there. We've got a mini mob down here. Could we just... No, we've attracted the attention already, Richard. You weren't quiet enough, mate. You were far too brazen, lad. And now you've picked a fight. Yes, double push. He's a bit more of a lumberjack, I'd say. He's actually got an element of strength to him. He can actually, you know, handle himself. He's not, you know, a complete pussy. There's the hoodie. Oh, digital watch. Yes. Now we ought to put that on, but what is this? All this banging noise? Oh dear. Let's get in there and sort her out, shall we, Richard? We can't be having her alert her buddies. We're hoping for the one shot. Is it a man-child or is it a girl boy? Oh, he's dead anyway, whatever it was. Ooh. Letter opener, hardly worth a streak of piss. So, why did you do that? In case you can't tell, folks, I'm narrating this after the event. I played quite a few games where I actually lost the sound. We need that digital watch. So you're probably watching this thinking, why the fuck did you pick that up and then put it back down again? Because I obviously haven't realised that the digital clock gives us the date and everything, right? But now we're getting greedy on the burgers and we're thinking, oh, what's our weight looking like? Because we could surely smash a load of those burgers down. Those fresh, tasty burgers and fries. That's exactly what we want to be doing. We'll be relinquishing our responsibilities, our sort of, you know, earthly duties, the duty that one has to one's own body, in keeping fit and slim, and saying fuck that shit. I want to smash a load of juicy burgers and stale cold French fries. Basically how McDonald's always serve theirs, right? Just kind of like fairly stale and cold. Although, you know, it's not always that way. I think they've gotten a bit better. All right, okay. I suppose because we're in Spiffos, right? So we get all of these like plushy things. I know some people are quite obsessed with collecting these. And how many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5 out of 6? I'm not that up on my Zomboid lore, but I'm sure you guys can tell me. Right. And here we go. Do we have any more tasty food? Can we put the burgers in here? Do we have any kitchen knives and things like that? Cartons of eggs are great, but actually they don't provide much sustenance, you know. Like when you open a carton of eggs and you put it into the pan and shit, it's like, come on, man, you can make yourself, get the milk, get the eggs, make yourself a pretty decent omelette. You got cheese there, you know what I mean, you got bacon, but no. Unless have the devs introduced omelettes, because they ought to. I like omelettes. Tasty peaty whiskey. Oh, some chicken nuggets to go with it. Very nice, Richard. Very nice. So these are what, fryers, and there's a load of good old bits of food in there to keep us going. I mean, at some point the power will go out, so it won't matter too much. You know, it's sort of like it's a free for all. But actually, those things, right, like the hot sauce, the vinegar, I think those are the important things, because those condiments will keep, they will last. And I get kind of obsessive, you know. I see those fresh potatoes and I think, shit, if they stay in there, they're gonna go stale. But there's literally like millions of potatoes in this game that are going to go stale, and I have no power to stop that. But yeah, if I come across a couple, I'm like, shit. You know, it's like my responsibility. I need to save those potatoes and get them in a fridge, which is not the best way of thinking about it. Washing clothes, you know, I always thought to myself, well, what's the fucking point in this, you know, during an apocalypse? But I'm learning, and I'm learning that, as I've said before, if you're dirty because you've been running around and you're unbathed and you're a heathen, and you get a cut or a scratch or something, it's more likely to get like a typical infection. And if your clothes are all bloody from zombie blood, and you get cut or scratched, then you're more likely to get infected, like zombie infection, the bad infection. Milk, fresh patty, the potatoes again. Get them in there, Richard. Sort it all. He's obsessed with his guts, and he's obsessed with sorting things, you know, making things neat. He has OCD, just like me. Oh, what do you add to that? Oh God, the choices, Richard, the choices. Yes, onion rings, yes. Oh, delectable. And this is like that richness of the early game where, you know, you can do this. You know, you've got all this choice and you haven't had to grow anything, and it's lovely. Get that vinegar in there, Mark. The gravy mix. Cleaning liquid and soap has some utility, and I've just learned that having a mop means that you can clean like a safe house if there's blood all spattered on the walls, so you can actually sort it out then. Yes, cane those salads, Richard. Get that lettuce in there, shall we? So cabbage and lettuce, I think, deteriorate quite quickly, whereas potatoes will last a bit longer. Boring ass fact of the day number 2. Fact of the day 1 is that this whiskey is particularly peaty. It's very smoky, but quite quaffable, eh? And in case you're wondering, we drink whiskey neat. We don't put any ice on there. I'm not averse to having a little bit of ice, a little bit, not much. You know, I'm not going to harsh anyone for putting a bit of ice in their whiskey. But if the whiskey is decent enough, then you don't need to fuck around with putting Coca-Cola in there, you know what I mean? I'm a big American Psycho fan, so I can abide having J&B with lemonade, perhaps. You know, in my ute, I smashed a lot of Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola, and then fairly recently I went on a stag do to Riga, one of my good mates, Gooders, and I got a bit carried away. I got a bit overexcited at the airport with my let's buy a litre of spirits and let's take it into the toilets and dispense it into a bunch of, let's distribute it into a bunch of Coca-Cola bottles so that we've got like half Coke and half spirits, and let's I sat next to some Lithuanian lad and just smashed it, most of the bottle on the plane, nearly a litre, and then I was in a world of trouble. I was in a world of trouble. The boys put me on a drinking ban. They put me on a drinking ban. I was most upset, apparently. I don't remember any of it. I just remember that I got sort of semi-food poisoning because I got lost, and the card that went around our necks that had our hotel name on, I'd somehow lost it. So I didn't have any phone battery, so I was wandering around the streets until 6:30 in the morning before I ran into the boys again, and then I went into the hotel room and I was so dehydrated I started drinking from the tap, and then the next morning my guts were in bits and I was pissing and shitting out stuff everywhere. And then we had to go and fucking play paintball. But hey ho, it could be worse. It could be a zombie apocalypse. You could be skulking around, around cars, fishing around in crackpots, trying to find a moment's respite. Dun, 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 dun. They fucking hated the British over there, man, I tell you that much. They must have had some bad experiences with stag groups. I could tell you a story about a famous snooker player, but I won't do that because this is YouTube. This is public. We must show some restraint and some decorum. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, Richard, light-footed. I like it, bruv. It's kind of ominous because when you get skill increases, when you get checks for sneaking. When you get checked for these skills, what it essentially means is that you're successfully sneaking and being light-footed around zombies. So what it means is that you are somewhat surrounded. Because if you were sneaking around in the woods by yourself just for shits and giggles, then you wouldn't get a skill increase. Or as far as I'm aware, anyway. Dun, 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 dun. Get her, Richard, come on. Yes, bruv. He's growing in confidence. He's swelling. His jeans are bulging. There is a stiffening. There is a definite stiffening. Whoa. 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 And if he doesn't put his shoulder out, teaching this guy right from wrong, then that swelling and that stiffening, that flag bearing, that parading, promenading, that will continue. Dun, 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 dun. But Richard is no fool. He won't let that kind of sense of euphoria, this steady increase in confidence. He won't let that. Embedded in the skull. We like that. He won't let that get in the way of good sense and survival. Being survival brained, I suppose. Draw them out one at a time. Don't get hasty, don't get foolish. But yes, that's I could tell other stories, but I ought to be somewhat cordial. Because that's certainly not the worst. The worst I've been in an airport or on a flight. Come on, Richard. Gently does it all. Now, should we really be in here? That's nice. I like that a lot, especially given his haircut. But should we really be doing this? This seems a little bit dangerous to me, Richard. Think about what you're doing, bruv. You have to be sure about this, mate. We can hear. Oh, well, maybe this is all right. Are we back to where we were? We are. Yes. Are we? Right, I think, yeah, it's nearly time, isn't it? 1950 in the evening to go to sleep. So we're just going to borrow this chair, turn off the light. That's good practice. I haven't been paying attention, guys. I don't know if this is the same kitchen we've just been in. I assume not. No, it's not, is it? Because you had all these, it was spiffos and you had all these fryers in the middle. So we are in new grounds, new territory, and we know it's time to go to bed. And come on, Jonno, you know how to rotate a chair. You hold the mouse button and you swing it around. But I've obviously forgotten. Ah, here we go. I've worked it out. Throw the lad a biscuit. He has only gone and bloody done it. Yes, it's looking nice. We have power still. The helicopter has not come. We have all this stuff. We have condiments. We're hoarding stuff for no particular reason. Yeah, it's quite lovely. And we're coming up to what, 20 minutes now, just over. So it's going to be time soon to pause the video and to move on to the next episode. Before having a smoke, because it's important. But guys, I really appreciate your continued support. I know I don't really put myself out there with this, and I originally started making these videos for a mate of mine called Penners. But if you're watching, if you're enjoying, then great. I don't even think I've turned on this monetization thing. I'm not fussed about that. I just want you to have a good time, and I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Cheers. Bye.